Rolling with Nat 20. I'm Nat 20. And we're back with more of the Occult Chronicles. We are champions of the boxing ring. And we also find a clue. Things are going well for us today. We've found cultists reuniting pamphlet. You found some very odd printed materials detailing the benefits of initiation into an unnamed cult. -2 target level for the final challenge. My edges. Got that adaptive intelligence where I get an extra card drawn on any horror challenge. That is happening a lot. Never miss. Whenever a ranged weapon special abilities use X is added to bump up, applied to any non-face value where X is the number, or is a random number between 1 and the level of the edge. So 1. Okay. Better at shooting guns, which I don't really do. There's a broken circle. Your eyes are immediately drawn to the dancing flames. They seem to have no source of fuel, but are confined to a chalk circle enclosed in a pentagram. Each point, a small votive candle still burns. When you notice the robed body sprawling on the wooden floor, you step closer. As you advance step by step, you feel uneasy. You sense a powerful evil presence in the room, and a chill runs down your spine. A face takes form in the flame, and you stop in your tracks. It seems to stare into your soul. You are afraid. This thing bound within the pentagram is demonic. Of that there is no doubt. You must focus your mind and overcome the swelling sense of panic that the creature's gaze has sent through your entire being. Luckily we get a really good draw. It doesn't matter too much, but a king will save us. Save us, king! You've kept your sanity and you break eye contact with the flaming demon. You'll know better than to look it directly in the eyes again. Stumbled upon the scene of a demonic summoning gone wrong. The power within the pentagram circle has obviously lashed out at its would-be master and killed him outright. What the hell was he doing here? Avoiding eye contact with the demon's fiery eyes, you examine the scene more closely. You notice that the chalk circle has been broken ever so slightly. This must be what led to the demise of the robed figure lying prostrate before you. Who knows what this poor evil soul had in mind that would compel him to consort with demons? You must tread carefully here. You know what? Seemed to go super well for the previous guy, and I'm running on high being boxing champion, so let's bargain with some demons. With the chalk circle broken, you wonder why the demon has not attacked you. Perhaps you could try and communicate with it and see what it wants. It's a choice that should be considered carefully. You know from your training that a demon will seek to deceive and dominate you. Fuck off, demon. I draw really badly. I fail by a lot. You attempt to make contact by using the lost language of Kaldesh, but to no avail. You try and open your mind to it, but the pain is too much, and it wants in your head in an almost frantic way that terrifies you. Okay. But it's fleeting, so let's, Oh, Jesus, a demon came out. It didn't like that at all. The demon surges upward in a billowing flame, and you feel heat strike you as a slap across the face. You take a step backwards, but it's too late. The demon fixes upon you and lunges forward with a roar. Attack it, run away from it. I ain't in the fixin' for running away from things. Boxing champion! Despite looking like pure flame, you suspect you might find something corporal there if you hit it hard enough. Never hurts to try. Alright, let's take a look at my options here. So, swinging X, select a non-face card in hand, then roll 1 bone and bump it up. Okay. What's this? Non-face card in hand and bump it up by 3 or 4 because of my bonus. Okay. So, no level of bumping will help that. No level of bumping will help this. Throw a Queenie on there to win. We win. So let's not worry about it too much. Demon flesh bleeds just as everyone else's. Its manifestation destroyed. The demon crackles and pops on the floor and retreats back into its circle where it forms. You want to try talking again? Complete the circle? Hell no. I'm leaving. Screw you, demon face. I'll fight this man-eating plant. You hear a rustling sound and a pause to locate it, but it quickly stops. After waiting patiently, you start to move again, only to once more hear the strange rustling. It sounds like a bush being shaken for its berries. Without any warning, a 6-foot plant creature leaps out at you. Its tentacle-like veins and roots reach out to entangle your feet. You can't believe what you are seeing. The plant is aggressive, and you are pretty sure it wants to eat you. It's scary. I'll just take that as the win, even if I could potentially win better later, which I couldn't. I'm glad I did that. Yeah. Your mind is strong. You've seen things way worse than a plant trying to eat you. This creature is surprisingly mobile and agile. It's also intent on catching you. You can smell a sickly odor in the air as it releases a bunch of spores. That can't be good. You remember a case file that you read about. It was the 1915 Drifted event that began in Indochina and spread to Samarta and Malaysia. Agent John Wittenheim and scores of other operatives were lost. It was supposed to have been contained and all the pods destroyed. Apparently not. I think I butchered it this time. I know I've read that flawlessly before. I think I butchered it this time. Let's kill the plant. These creatures are very dangerous, but you are confident that you know how to destroy one of them. Okay, sure. Queen over page says we destroy it really well. Page over 10, super destroy. Ooh. I say ooh, like that was good, but it didn't matter. The thing just doesn't want to die, but you managed to inflict enough damage that it simply doesn't have a choice. I get more health? That's right, killing plants is healthy. It's a locked door. I can attempt to pick the lock, bash it open, or now that I have this axe, I can job it down. With some effort, you might be able to use the axe to get past the locked door, too. Screw this door. I'm chopping it. Choppity chop. Bitty chop, bitty chop. Bitty chop. Bitty chop, bitty chop. Bitty chop. I should have used the page before, but I was a fool because I forgot the page is the lowest face card, and I was waiting for a face card for it to beat, but it can't beat me. Splinters and a loud noise announce your success in battering down the door. The way lies open now. Beating down doors is healthy. A row of talking busts. You notice a row of sculpted marble busts against the wall. You count 4 until you notice that one has fallen to the floor and subsequently cracked in half. A sudden chill comes over you as you watch in amazement as the faces in the busts begin to move. Lips pucker and cheeks flex, as if they were warming up for something. And then they begin to sing. You hold your hands to your ears, but the ghostly singing will not cease. Some jingle about grim grinnings, ghosts flows from their lips. You just wish that the noise would stop. It might drive you crazy if it doesn't. Ooh, ooh, no. Queen can't beat king. Queen can beat 9. Hooray! Your mind is strong. You start grinning right back at them, and it seems to annoy them greatly. The chorus of talking heads continues unabated, even though it has no further effect on you. The heads seem to be having too good of a time to stop. You are certain that some sorcerous curse has bound spirits to these busts as some form of punishment. Just who is being punished, though, is an open question. Let's see. Interrupt, attack, sorcery, psychic duel. Interrupt. Decide to use your expertise as a medium to attract the bust's attention and see if you can find out what their story is. They might have some useful information, as they seem to have been sitting there for some time. Boom. Boom. You enter a trance and start singing along with them. It's painful, but by messing up the words and being dreadfully out of tune, you get their attention. Soon they are begging you to stop. That's when you take control of the conversation. They want me to find the gargoyle statue and destroy it. The busts were once members of a family that resided here. The story is muddled and conflicting from the various heads, and you are sure that they are lying about what happened to them to some extent. But the story is that they were cursed by the Black Lodge sorcerer. They are unanimous in their opinion, though, that you can help them. The sorcerer also cursed a statue of a gargoyle. It resides somewhere in the house and contains a coin inside that, when properly used, can break the curse. Please return when you have that coin. I will return. There's zombies while I'm trying to drink from my drink of coffee. Fight the Zams. We already read that once. Let's play through. We don't need to read it again. Okay. I'm gonna use the axe and do a swinging chop. Can I up you? I'd like to up you, but it doesn't seem to want to let me. Oh, right. Yeah. Roll it. 4. Accept. Good. I win. Not good enough. Darn. You didn't take advice now, did you? Don't let him bite you. Ow, my damage. Battle him. Beat him up. Cut him up. Way up. Knight beats that. 7 beats that. Don't got anything for that. Don't got anything for that. I win. You won the battle. This member zombie body still twitch on the floor, putting on quite the show. And I get my health back. And I find a haunted guillotine. You see the outline of its distinctive shape in the gloom. It still takes you a second or two to realize exactly what it is. A guillotine. This, however, is no normal guillotine. The mountain and blade, piled up high, glistens with wet blood, and the bascule seems to beckon to you. You seem tired suddenly. And then you realize that you have now somehow unknowingly taken a few more steps towards the death machine. You feel a wave of panic engulf you as you realize this cruel instrument of death is slowly drawing you closer. You realize that you must resist its siren's call, or risk losing sanity, and possibly your head. Can you resist the siren's call of the deadly guillotine? No. This wood and metal monster has consumed hundreds of souls, and you feel your last barriers of resistance begin to buckle and eat away your sanity. Whatever you do, don't lay your head down and put it in the lennet. Somebody looked up all the parts of guillotine when they were making this game. You stand before a work of art, polished wood and burnished brass, fittings adorn the guillotine. The craftsmanship is astonishing, and the splattered blood detracts from it not at all. You can also sense the arcane curse that has bound an evil spirit to this horrible contraption. How many victims have caught sight of it only to find themselves sleep-waking to their doom? Sleepwalking? Alright, psychic duel, dispel, beat it up, leave it alone. Part of me says to leave it alone, but also, fuck this thing, so I'm gonna beat it up. It's possessed by an evil spirit, but it's made of wood and metal. Surely it can be destroyed. At the very least, you might be able to disable it so that it can't claim any more victims. I'm gonna try to beat it up. Wait, what can I do? Really? I didn't do well enough. Darn! I tried. Oh shoot, I didn't see the page. No, I fail. You fail to make much of a dent in it. You can feel the spirit lash out at you physically. This might hurt. Ah, it hurts a little mentally. Fucking beating it up again. King over 7 for massive points. What? What do I have? 8 to the knight for loss. Darn. King over 6 for massive points. I win. Your efforts have damaged the guillotine sufficiently so that it will not be able to sever any more heads. Assuming, of course, that the spirit has been driven from the scrap, and it won't just repair itself after you leave. I got an aura of fortune to undo my ill omen from the first episode of this. So episode 20, I guess. So now I'm even on my luck. Yay. Alright. Hallway full of weird blood rug, or room of weird incorporeal toys. Weird incorporeal toy room has a clue. A box of candles. Find a box of candles made from materials that you don't even want to contemplate. You are sure that this is the work of cultists. Eee! There's a demon baby! You are startled by the rocking cradle. It seems to be moving on its own accord. The squeaking of the runners on the wood is unsettling. You step closer. As you approach, you begin to suspect that there is something lying inside the cradle. You peer down into it and behold a thing of astonishing ugliness. A demon baby. It grins up at you, and you are afraid. Your eyes widen in disbelief as the demon baby coos at you in some type of demonic cant. It gnaws at your sanity. Demon baby. The demon baby's gonna murder you. But you're not afraid of it. You've seen things way worse than a demon baby. In fact, you could probably pick this thing up and throw it across the room. Its cooing is almost as disturbing as its demonic appearance. You've heard of an O.D.D agent who might have once looked like this. However, this thing radiates pure evil. It's not going to jump at a recruitment offer, and most certainly has something in mind other than lying here and waiting for its mother. Can attack it, sorcery, psychic duel. I'm gonna leave it be. I ain't fucking with demon baby. Demon baby implies demon mommy. Not trying to upset demon mommy. Let's leave demon baby alone. Maybe somebody wants me to do something with demon baby, then we'll reassess demon baby. This looks like a kitchen area. There's a ghost baker. You think that you hear someone whistling at first. The gloom seems to part and you encounter a figure engaged in a task of some sort. It's dressed in clothes from a previous era. As you come closer, you realize that you are in the presence of something supernatural. The figure is transparent and seems to glide here and there as if floating on air. No matter how many times you see something like this, it is always a bit of shock. Your touch with the supernatural threatens to chip away at your sanity. Calm your mind and resist the terror that wishes to overwhelm you. Will we get the cards? Queen is not beaten by page, but 2 is beaten by queen. 6 doesn't beat 10, page beats 7, we win by 3. You've kept your sanity. At this point, you've almost gotten used to the spectacle of spirits, of household servants scampering around the haunts. He's just a baker. He's dead, but he's just a baker. The ghost that you were observing was obviously once a baker. You recognize the distinctive clothing and discern that it appears to be going through the motions of preparing bread for the oven. You sense, however, that it is agitated. It keeps repeating the same motions over and over as if it's stuck in some type of circle. It pays you no attention whatsoever. Let's talk, ghost baker. Make contact with the ghost baker and listen to its story. Mainly focused hauntings like this have some unresolved business in the world. Maybe I can help. With a knight and a page, you enter a trance and psychically reach out to the ghost. You are suspected. As you suspected, the ghost is caught up in a psychokinetic rut of sorts. It's not fully aware, but it seems eager to talk. It tells me of the demonic thing in the oven and wants me to dispel it, then return him once this task is done. "I haven't any time for you," shouts the ghostly baker, "unless of course that you can get my oven working. It's wandered off somewhere, but I need it cleaned and fast. It's time for me to make the donuts." The ghostly baker pays no more heed and goes back to his endless preparations. You will need to find this oven and clean it. It's not this. This is the possessed knife. You look down and see a large knife resting on a wooden surface. Blood is pooled around it, and there are several pieces of stubby flesh scattered around it as well. Great! Suddenly you feel 2 pale eyes reflecting on the surface of the blade. No, not reflected, but rather projected from some place inside the blade. You recoil in terror from this vision. The eyes seem to pierce through your very soul. They mask a dark and powerful evil will. You shudder and force yourself to resist it. You can feel it probing your psychic defenses. Great. This is scary. By a lot. It has assaulted your mind and found your defenses sadly lacking. It identifies your weaknesses and uses them against you. It whispers to you, cut him in the eyes. So I kind of glossed over, but I used my talisman there to block one of the cards because I thought it'd be bad, and it was. It blocked me from taking 2 sanity, and luckily I kept the talisman. You gaze down at the knife, but try and keep your gaze from locking on to the mesmerizing eyes within the blade. You feel an oppressive presence in the room with you. The knife radiates pure evil. You resolve to approach this artifact with caution and wonder how many throats it has slit. I used sorcery to dispel it, or I can run away. Oh, I really don't like you, knife, and I forgot to read the thing, so I'm probably gonna lose, because that's generally what happens when I forget to read the thing. You unleash your power, and the blade resists and deflects your energy. Some of it rebounds back into you. 2 sanity. Alright, I'm gonna try one more time. You decide that you could use your sorcery to destroy the evil thing that possesses this knife. It will probably fight back hard. Oh yeah. Yes, we win, barely. You unleash your power, and although it resists at first, you push it through and drive the malevolent spirit out of the blade. And I get an expertise token for that. Yes! Also lost a lot of sanity on that. No. Alright, let's continue on to kitchen-y looking things. And find the ghost butler. A tall, well-dressed figure looms into view, holding a silver platter in one hand, as if to offer you an appetizer. Your eyes travel down to the platter and behold half a human head. You feel a surge of panic growing within you. You've been trained to expect and deal with things like this. Even so, no matter how many times you see something like this, it requires steady nerves to keep calm. Being said, we drew pretty well, so we'll keep just calm. Just fine. You've kept your sanity. Are you the head waiter? You dully inquire. Darn. Standing in front of you is the figure of what is obviously once a butler or servant. You say once because you are sure that what now confronts you is a supernatural entity of some sort. It is the most corporal ghost that you have ever encountered. You have read of such things in Tobin's Spirit Guide, but you are certain that this is very unusual. You approach the butler and his glowing eyes are fixed on you. The head on the plate suddenly stares up at you as well. "May I help you, sir?" it intones. You are not sure if you actually heard its voice in your ears or just in your head. Order the dessert. Without displaying the slightest amount of unease, you inquire about dessert by telling the ghost, "Yes, my good man." The guests in the dining room are getting a little excited about their dessert. Could you head over to the kitchen and see what the problem is? He says, "Screw you, buddy." "No, I'm not to set." The head on the platter gurgles out faintly. Fairly well for not having a jawbone. The butler simply stares at you with a wry smile. Try again. Order the dessert. Great. Perfect. Lovely. Fail again. Order the dessert. Yay. Oh, man. Order the dessert. It's gonna happen. I'm ordering this damn dessert. There we go. "Oh dear, sir. I'm afraid I haven't the time. I'm waiting here to bring the master his supper at the proper time. You can't follow your nose to the kitchen and talk to the chef yourself." Alright, so I can go talk to the chef in the kitchen about this dessert. The butler does not have time to order dessert for the ghostly dinner banquet, as he must wait for the master to serve him his supper. He says that you should go back with basically everything I said. Oh, great, the one possessed knife wasn't scary enough. Now we have a whirlwind of knives. An angry poltergeist of knives. You hear the clattering and swirling of air before you can even see. Then suddenly in front of you, a supernatural cyclone of razor-sharp butcher knives. It's moving towards you, and you don't have the luxury to panic. You fight to keep your calm, because you don't have the luxury to panic. You're kind of screwed. Whirlwind of knives. Your mind is strong, and your will obeys whatever comes next. You know a poltergeist when you see it. This one is armed, dangerous, and mad. Engaged in a psychic duel, sorcery, super runaway. I don't like it. Super runaway. Super runaway. Super runaway. I'm gonna get away from the terrible knives. You find the power to turn and run. You're just gonna leave the knives over there. Pretend like they're not terrible. A creepy mortician. You see a human figure lurking in the darkness, and you don't like the look of it at all. It steps forward out from the gloom. You are confronted with a strange and unusual tall man who towers over 6.5 feet tall. He seems dressed like a mortician of some sort. He opens his hand to reveal a spiked, shiny spear that miraculously hovers out of his palm. He smiles in a creepy voice and says, "I've been waiting for you, boy." You've seen a lot of strange things, but this one is right up there. You have a feeling that there's a story here, and that is just the tip of the iceberg. Resist the horror of him calling you boy. Your mind is weak and you feel like you were trapped in a B horror movie. Try not to do anything stupid. Boy. Boy! The strange man continues to approach you, striding forward with an unnatural gait. The spiked ball now launches itself at high speed towards you. It's either fight or flight. Hey, man! Screw you, buddy. You wanna fight me? I'm gonna kill you. Came here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and you're all out of bubblegum. Alright. Knight beats page. Beat you by a lot already. Axing it up. Axing it up. I rolled a 4. What does a tie do? Tie's a win. Beat it. Ooh, lose to it. Alright. 11 over 4. You make quick work of the strange man. You're pretty sure he's dead. Whether or not he's human is a whole different question. 2 more expertise for me. Piss off, mortician. Try to step to me like that. Alright, check out this less intimidating room. That's obviously the kitchen up there. A pile of papers. You see a bunch of papers spread out on the top of a desk. Among the clutter is an assortment of old envelopes, letters, and even a few parchments. Search through the papers, you might find something. You think this might be the stash of papers that the strange alchemist sent you after. You should be careful to speak the release words so that the ward can't harm you. Do it! Crap, this is a really bad draw. Really bad draw. But we win, barely. Speak the words of release and you feel the ward dissipate. You grab up the sheets of paper, put them away in your pockets. The Ghost Chef. You see what at first looks like a blur of light and a shadow moving back and forth in a circular pattern. It might even be the reflection of some nearby mirror window. Suddenly you see a ghost materialize before you. It's dressed in the classic attire of a chef with an apron and a distinctive cooking hat. You stop dead in your tracks and try to compose yourself. Your mind races contemplating this ghostly creature that has suddenly appeared before you. The fear it elicits is of course natural, but confronting the supernatural is never easy. Oh, we might be scared of the chef. Your sandy's slowly slipping away, 'cause the chef is super spectral. The ghostly chef floats around in a circle as if moving from workstation to workstation. It seems completely absorbed in what he's doing. It doesn't seem to be paying you any attention. Where's my dessert? You've found the chef, apparently. It's time to use your skill as a medium and order that dessert. Dessert time, it's dessert time. Give me the dessert. You enter a trance and reach out to the ghost. It turns to look at you with a concerned face. You are here about the dessert, no? Tell that twisted old doorstop that it is on his way. Get an expertise token. And I've completed the gathering of the dessert. This is an old refrigerator. Not the oven I was looking for and thought it would be. You came across an odd sight for this house, and that is something to say. Before you stands a 1922 Kelvinator refrigeration unit. Who knows how it got here? You notice that the door is hanging slightly ajar. Your eyes are drawn to the interior of the main porcelain cabinet. You are shocked by what you see. Jars of internal organs. Some human, some are not. Your stomach turns at the sight of all this neatly stacked organ jars. The methodical alignments and the precision of the stacking makes you wonder about the evil, obsessive, compulsive genius behind it all. What are all these things doing in this modern refrigerator? Modern for this time. Your mind is strong. You aren't going to go looking around for sandwich fixings, but the sight of organs and tissues, many of them still moving, doesn't really faze you. Doesn't really get you anything either. Rows of neatly stacked transparent jars and specimen dishes containing organs and tissue samples fill the inside of the main porcelain cabinet, each labeled with a neat mechanical handwritten script. You glance over to the tables, noting some of the stranger ones. Krogan, Asari, Drell, Turian, Mass Effect. On the bottom shelf is a rack holding dozens of vials, each also neatly labeled. Zulgvenom, Trace of the Beyond, Gintas Acid. I don't know those references. You got me, game. With that, with the failed reference getting, we will end this episode and continue on next time with finishing out the quests and the dessert. We're having a pretty good run through this mansion. We might be okay. We'll see.